Alright, so today we're going to be checking out the brand new Emax NanoHawk X. As you can see here, this is their beginner-orientated outdoor version of the NanoHawk. So the frame itself is a pretty simple monoplate X design. You can see on the bottom here we have our rubber bands to strap the battery on. We have an XT30 for power with a little cap soldered on. A little warning just to make sure to let you know that it is only 1S. For the motors, they are the Emax TinkyHawk 1202.5 11,000 kV, and these are spinning the 3-inch Avia props, which are specifically designed for efficiency and being smooth. And I'll get to that later in the review. Inwards to the stack, we have an all-in-one ESC flight controller. It's a little hard to see there, as well as we do have a separate VTX on pins there. And the VTX does do 200 milliwatts, so if you want to do a little bit better penetration and signal outside, however, you will need to unlock it. You simply do that by press and hold the button and plug it in, and that will unlock it. The camera is the Runcam Nano 3. You can see it's pretty much fixed into that mount up there. And for the ESCs, they are 5 amp integrated into the board. You can see in the back they're all plugged in, so motor swaps should be pretty easy. Yeah, that's pretty much quick about the quad itself. The batteries it uses are the standard Emax 1S 450 milliamp hour. They only give you one of these, but you can very easily get more. And the box it comes with is actually kind of nice for carrying. The only issue is that you'll have to take the props off to be able to fit it back in here, which is a little annoying. I guess you only need to take these two off technically, and they're not reverse props. They spin the standard directions, so be careful of that. And for the charger, you just get a pretty much standard Emax little USB 6-channel charger here that does charge to HV, but these do have XT30s on them, so you could easily charge it with a standard charger, as well as it does come with the JST adapter to plug into that board. So that was real quick about the quad. Let's get into some flight footage and just talk about how it flies. So right off the bat, since it is only 11,000 kV on 1S, you're not going to get that much performance and that much pep out of it. These props are very low pitch and they're pretty efficient. So I was flying it around out front of the house here, just testing out the punch when I took off, and you know, it's not crazy powerful. It's nothing like a Mobula or the TinkyHawk 2 on 2S. Those things can absolutely scream, but then again, you're only gonna, if you're pushing them, you're only gonna get like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of flight time. And I flew this pretty decently hard here. Just pretty much a racer by nature, so I was giving some pretty high speed and just high throttle all around aerobatics, and I did end up getting pretty much exactly 3 minutes of flight time off the LiPo. But if you're just cruising and flying it a lot more gently as a beginner would, you're probably going to get closer to 5 to 6 minutes. In terms of durability, I only had a few crashes with it, not going too fast or anything crazy. And I had absolutely zero damage, not even nicks to the props. But I imagine if you did full throttle smash it into pavement, you'd probably break the frame. I mean, it's pretty much expected, but it only weighs 41 grams without the battery. So it definitely is extremely light. But everything is pretty standard and available on the Emax website to swap out. And it all uses connectors except for the VTX, although they might sell that, they might combo that with the flight controller, I'm not sure. But the motors and the frame, everything, no soldering should be required. In terms of range, I was flying it on 200 milliwatts just fine. Pretty much about as far as you're going to fly something like this. You could obviously fly a lot farther. But the receiver antenna, this does use FreeSky D8 mode. The receiver is this red antenna here, and my module in my radio is not the best. It's like kind of burnt out. So, but if you did, you could obviously go to 200 milliwatts. And just to note, I was flying this on Clearview to get better DVR for the review here. So as I mentioned, this thing just flies extremely smooth. It definitely wasn't crazy. Like, I did wish it had more power, but then again, you have to consider what type of product it is, and it is meant for beginners. And I think because it is very smooth on the flight and the throttle, there's not too much pep to it, it would be very good for beginners, which is obviously what they're going for. If you're more of an intermediate or advanced pilot, you already have a few quads, you're flying around, you know what you're doing, I'd say maybe this isn't the best quad. You probably would want something like the TinkyHawk 2 or the TinkyHawk 2 Freestyle. For 2S, just to be able to get some more power out of it. But yeah, overall, definitely really enjoyed this quad, and if you are a beginner looking to get something up in the air quickly and start learning that should be very affordable and very durable, I think this is something that you definitely want to look into. So there will be a link down in the description below if you're interested. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.